Yeah.
And maybe if he would have went out last year, just looking bad, looking washed up, looking like Montana in his last season, where you just knew it was sad. I mean, I'm the biggest Joe Montana fan there ever was, but I can admit that in his last year, okay, he didn't have it. He just didn't have it. He wasn't the same guy. Brett Favre had his best year in a long time last season.
That's true.
I mean, he had it statistically, and looking at how far they went, he had the best season he's had in a long time since his Super Bowl seasons.
I agree.
That's just
completely.
Yeah, and so to walk away then, man. So it's got to be hard. Even though he's old, what is he, 38? Something like that. 38, 39. Like, he's old, but he didn't look like he lost it. He looked better than he did the season before.
I think one of the big things is they've been holding that backup quarterback for so long.
Aaron Rodgers.
And maybe he's just not going to take, a back seat.
Well, but Brett Favre is like the president of Green Bay. If he wants to come back and play there, they would be absolutely crucified as an organization by the people in Green Bay if they didn't let him. I mean, that's sacrilege. That's I don't even know what to compare that to. It's like the apostles pushing the stone back in front of Jesus' grave. Yeah. Like, you are not coming out, you're dead. Yeah, like, I'm Jesus, I want to come back. You can't. You're dead.
You're done.
We got a new Jesus.
He trained with you for a long time.
Yeah. He was waiting in the wings to be the Messiah. All right.
We sent him to school.
No. We spent a lot of money on his Jesus education. All right, we're not going to compare Brett Favre to Jesus anymore.
Let's not do that.
Elliot says Favre is no Peyton Manning. I agree. I don't think he's as good as Peyton Manning, but he's still Brett Favre.
Who is Peyton Manning? Who could you say is Peyton Manning besides Peyton Manning?
I think Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are in a class of their own, and I think history will show that. I think it'll be those two sitting on top after their careers are over, and we'll be able to say, yeah, these guys are probably the two best that have ever played. And then after that, you'll start lining up guys like, Montana, Marino, Elway, and then the old guys that people like to throw. Unitas! Nobody alive has even seen Unitas play. Nobody that isn't senile has even seen Johnny Unitas play. And so they don't remember anyway.
Johnny U.
They don't even remember anyway. Like, oh, yeah, Johnny Unitas threw a ball 85 yards. Like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. You're on pills. You're on a lot of pills. You're on pills for your hip injury. But Brett Favre, it's kind of a big deal. And believe it or not, Green Bay, I think, was kind of split. I saw an ESPN.com poll or something, and they said it was almost split in Green Bay, like 55-45 on whether or not he should come out of retirement. Kind of surprised me. I don't know if that was incredibly factual. I think it's more of a younger generation on the internet. I think the fans that are spending the money on the tickets, the 30 and 40-year-old guys, are probably not online voting on ESPN.com. And those are the guys that want Brett to come back. And those are the guys those are the fans you have to answer to if you're owning a franchise or an organization. So don't buy into ESPN.com poll says half of Green Bay doesn't want him back. Well, all the 15-year-olds in Green Bay, all they've ever known Favre as is the old guy. You know what I mean?
Or anywhere else.
He's had gray hair since they can remember.
Vote?
Yeah, anybody. Well, they register. They know where all the votes come from. But so they got to actually narrow it down to who, Green Bay, what percentage of Green Bay wants him back. And it was like 55-45. It was a lot closer. I mean, more people still wanted him to come back, but there was a lot, it was a much bigger percentage thought he should stay retired than people thought it would be. And I think I have the answer to that. I think it was just kids voting. I don't think that the older guys spending the money, the real fans.
So you agree that he should come back?
If he wants to, I think he still could. I think he could still be effective. I think that it's completely up to him. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. I mean, he's got MVPs. He won like 3 straight MVPs. He's got Super Bowl ring. He's got everything. He's all-time leading passer and touchdowns and yards, and interceptions. But still, and he's got so many records. He doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. But if he wants to come back, sure, it's fine with me. He still can. But I don't think Green Bay will slip without him. See, this is like a big misconception. A lot of people.
We had this show. Our first show, I think.
We talked about this a little bit.
We was talking about that, and I was actually going to refer to that when he was talking about he should come back.
Yeah. Well, either way, I think Green Bay's in good shape. I think they win the NFC North with Favre or without him. I think they do. I like Aaron Rodgers, at least a little bit I've seen from him. But it's not even that. The Packers team is so good around him. They were the youngest team in the league last year with Brett Favre. And so they're still going to be the youngest team. But, I mean, they have one more year of experience. They made it all the way to the NFC Championship game last season, right?
Yep.
Didn't they? Yeah, they did, right? Yes, they did. They were one game away from the Super Bowl. They were. I couldn't remember if it was them or the Cowboys. But the Cowboys lost to the Giants the round before that. And then it was Green Bay against the Giants in the NFC Championship.
No. Okay.
And and they were close. They didn't get blown out of that game, I don't think, did they? I don't know. I had a few drinks today.